Hello. Hello there. Oh, hello everyone joining. Just waiting on my guest. Ooh. Hello there, Gary. How are you? Oh, that tea is incredibly hot. How is everyone in the comments then? Give us an old thumbs up if you're feeling excited for Hot by the Fireside, episode 3. No, Dad, not a tie today. I just thought it's a bit restrictive, the tie. A lot of thumbs up, Alistair Murphy, big respect. Carly, yeah, brilliant stuff. Oh, great thumbs up from John and Gary. Smart casual it is tonight. Seriously, big old thumbs up for you. Welcome, Gav. Welcome to the good people of Hugo de Grootplein. Okay. Eric, how are you? Haven't seen you in a while. See you soon. As you can see, I suppose I could tell people that haven't been here before that this is a chat show where the questions are hot. And my guest will be with me shortly, and I will reveal who that is when she arrives. In the meantime, I'm drinking sparkling water and hot tea, which is an unbeatable combination. Daniel Hyde, all the way from New York City. That is just an incredible thing. How is it in New York? Are you eating big New York slices? How about a quiz? Okay, I'll give you a question. Question 1. What is the capital of Croatia? Sir Christian's in the building. How are you, Sir? Can I sing a song backwards? I can sing a song backwards. But maybe later, because I believe perhaps... Aha! Ladies and gentlemen. Dubrovnik is not correct. Gary Messer. Welcome.
It said we're having trouble loading this video.
But now I believe okay. we've loaded.
We've loaded, okay.
So let me do my little spiel here before we crack on into the really hot and spicy stuff.
Okay.
Welcome one and welcome all to episode 3 of Hot by the Fireside. If you're new to this is a chat show where the fire is burning and the questions are hot. It's protocol to when I do this throughout the interview, you also do the same, if that's okay.
I do what?
When I say hot, you do a
okay.
Perfect. So everyone, welcome. Today my guest is Eve Hewson. You may have seen her in Steven Soderbergh's The Knick, Steven Spielberg's Bridge of Spies, as Maid Marian in Robin Hood, or most recently in Behind Her Eyes on Netflix. And if you've ever seen Eve chopping parsley, be afraid. Be very afraid. So, welcome, Eve. Welcome. And I thought, as this weekend is the celebration of the Pagan Irish Festival, Bealtaine, I thought in that spirit, we will erect our maypole, dance in circles wearing loose-fitted blouses, and sacrifice handsomely to the chat show gods. Welcome, Eve Hewson, to Hot by the Fireside.
Hello.
How are you today?
I'm great. I brought a book fast.
This is a tonic wine brewed by monks.
Mm-hmm. For the
Uh,
festivities.
that's perfect for the May Day. Well, May Day was yesterday, but it's leaking into the Sunday. I have sparkling water and hot tea,
Mm,
but
nice.
I
We're
just got
getting
to
a lot
keep
of
the vocal
action here, I
cords.
see.
There's an incredible amount of action going on.
How do you do an interview without looking at the action?
I have to put on the kind of blinkers, I suppose. But I saw an incredible amount of Brazilian flags and Uruguay flags. So it's kicking off in the south of
Yeah.
America. Now, so everybody, we're going to get into the thick of these questions. And here's my first question to Eve. It is a custom on May Day. My mum told me this yesterday. Hello, mother. I know you're out there.
I know. Hello, Fiona. Hi, Mom. My mom said that she was going to be tuning in.
Our mothers,
Yeah.
every boy's best friend is his mother, as they say. Now, so it is custom on May Day to bless the cows as they run out of the barn, and this would mean kind of for more bountiful dairy goods. So I have to ask you, in real life or in one of your roles, have you ever milked a cow?
Negative.
Would you?
Oh, don't see why not.
Listen, if the cow's there, it's got to be milked.
Someone's got to do it.
Yeah, I suppose we could return to kind of our pastoral Irish roots. I went to a festival in Kells called Be Irish for a day, and I didn't milk a cow, but I gave milk to a sheep.
Okay.
Sorry.
I didn't know what you were going to say.
Out of a bottle. Out of a bottle.
Didn't know, but
Yeah, and that same day we made brown bread, which was pretty damn good. Rode
I've
on
never
a
made
donkey.
brown bread.
I have a great recipe from my mum that I have to give you.
Okay.
Yes. I suppose the other thing I was going to ask as well, like if we were in those kind of pastoral medieval times and we were riding out to war, what would be your weapon of choice?
I've never thought about this, but a spear just came into my mind.
A spear. I like a lance, I suppose, because then you can be at a distance.
Yeah. Like the running, throwing thing.
Yes.
You get a good lead in.
The same thing could be said of
heart.
the kind of the swinging mace.
Yes, that's a good one.
You know that one?
Yeah.
Rather violent though.
Yeah. Well, it would all have to be violent.
It would. That is the sad thing about war. And sorry, when you're in Robin Hood, were you ever trained on any of these weapons, or was it mainly a peacekeeping role?
Yeah, I was a girl. I was going to say I was a girl in Robin Hood. I still am a girl. Yeah, no, I got to do some fighting. I think I did like one fight sequence, and I hit someone with some sort of weapon, but I never got to do archery.
Oh.
Yeah. I was just sort of like the girl, like that was like,
Hey, it's the girl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't get to do all the cool stuff that the guys did.
That's a shame. I think
Yeah.
you can perhaps in a future role really embrace that. You can insist upon being at the center of the action.
Yeah, exactly.
Now I have to. This is a complete jump, but it's more of a kind of style question, and we'll get into the styling of some of the roles you've been in. But this is something that troubles me a bit. And Jarvis Cocker, lead singer of Pulp, put this very well. He said, "You can never trust an individual wearing ankle socks." Can you comment on this? Oh, so can you comment on this?
No, I don't know the ankle sock thing, but I have a feeling that coming from Jarvis Cocker, that has to do with like boots and a naked ankle on a male. Yeah. I understand that, but I also very strongly live by the rule that you never date women who wear hats. They're all mental.
Okay, and we'll quote
when you go into a bar and you see a girl sitting at the bar and she's wearing a hat, don't talk to her.
Like, are we going from like a top hat or a beret or
any kind of hat?
Any hat. I've always been a little irked, and I'm sorry to all my fans out there that wear these, but bobble hats.
What are they?
It's where there's a hat, and then on the top there's a kind of bubbly thing that's scrunchy.
Oh yeah,
I associate it with
I have worn them in my time.
You have.
Yeah,
Okay.
but I would be a little bit mental.
Well, it's good that you're bringing honesty to the fireside. That's what it's all about. But listen,
that's what you should name this one: Honesty by the Fireside.
Yeah, let's get honest and hot. So, with speaking of the fashion of socks, let us now talk about the fashion of frocks. While filming The Luminaries in New Zealand, and I think also in the Nick, did you have to wear a bodice or a bustle or like a whalebone corset? And are those like talk about that? Are they incredibly uncomfortable?
They're incredibly uncomfortable. But yeah, you have to wear them. You feel like you can't breathe. It's more a back pain. It's like you feel you're like your spine is bent wrong.
It's like well, I mean, when you look at women from that period, they were squeezed in around the midriff.
Yeah. I mean, I've done like, I think altogether 1.5 years wearing a corset. Because I did 2 seasons of the Nick and then I did 6 months of the Luminaries. So, yeah. But you kind of get addicted to it. The first few weeks, you're in so much pain. And then you're kind of into it. You're like, pull it tighter, pull it tighter, pull it tighter.
For the next loop.
Sure? Yeah.
There are no more loops. We can't possibly go tighter. So you're spending your time in New Zealand there. What was New Zealand like? I've never been. This can be a holiday tourist brochure. You're selling it to me.
I wouldn't know because I saw the back of a car park.
Was it a good car park though?
It was. No, I didn't have any time off. So everybody else went and traveled and did the whole thing. And I didn't. We shot in a studio that was, in a very industrial area in Auckland, and I kind of just drove there every day. We actually shot on a farm for like 5 months, which was quite fun. And then we did cool exterior stuff. No, but I did spoon a sheep.
That counts.
Yeah, there's a photo of it on my Instagram.
So, because that is the thing I associate with New Zealand, sheep. Also, were you surprised when you realized that they're called the kiwis not after the fruit, but after an extinct bird?
I don't know if I went through my time without that coming up.
Interesting.
But I do. Well, you know what I love about the kiwis?
What's that?
They're always barefoot.
Like, well, it's another comparison, I suppose, to the hobbits of Lord of the Rings. They have they don't wear shoes and they've got hairy feet. And for example, I think I have the feet of like an Elizabethan princess because I haven't exposed them to enough of the elements. So when I get a blister, it happens so easily. Yeah.
Yes, right.
But so I feel like I need to wander around shoeless, sockless, like the New Zealanders that you speak of.
Yeah.
Well.
Yeah, you should do that. I mean, they would walk around the production office in their bare feet. I'm like, why are you in your bare feet? They're like, oh, I've got to get into it, mate. Sweet as. I'm like, these people are so weird.
Just there, I heard an accent. I heard an Oxford accent.
Sweet as, mate.
I was told recently that I've a friend who was impersonating a person from New Zealand, and that they say fish and chups. Fish and chups.
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 But on the topic of accents, and you did an accent in the brilliant Behind Her Eyes, an English accent. How do you prepare for them?
You get an amazing dialect coach.
And what kind of things did they make you say, for example, for the English accent?
God, I can't remember. I had all these different drills because they cast me 2 weeks before we started shooting. So I always thought that I would like, if I ever had to do a British accent, that I would have like 6 months to prepare. And the character is Scottish. So I was like, well, that's not happening in 2 weeks. Can't do that. And then my agent was like, no, she can do a British accent. I was like, so I think maybe, I don't know, do I just do my Irish accent? And my agent was like, nope, I told them that you can do a British accent, so you're doing it. And so, yeah, I enlisted William Conacher, who is one of the best dialect coaches in the biz. He does all the people like on The Crown and stuff, and that was the same production company. So me and him just sort of like sat in a room for 2 weeks and went through the whole script.
It reminds me of you said the Scottish thing when Willie in The Simpsons Lisa's being his dialect coach, and she gets him to say, "What flows through the nose does not go on the clues."
Yes.
Which is good advice. You shouldn't be putting the contents of your nose on your clothes anyway.
Shouldn't.
But speaking of because also behind her eyes, lots of twists and turns. I won't say too much now to the audience, to the fans. But I've invented. I don't know if people are aware, but I'm in Amsterdam. So for Eve, as a gift, I've invented a tongue twister that you can use now going forward in your audition process and various roles. So it's in Amsterdam. Maybe will you? No, I'll do the whole thing. Okay. In Amsterdam, the strawberry jam, when served with ham, is a veritable sham. Would you like to try it?
In Amsterdam, the
strawberry
ham is
the strawberry jam.
Strawberry jam. What is it?
In Amsterdam, the strawberry jam, when served with ham, is a veritable sham.
In Amsterdam, the strawberry jam, when served with ham, is a veritable sham.
I think if you use that going forward, you'll be. Yeah. So, and moving forward now with from the vocal warm-ups. This is my sister asked me to include something regarding Harry Potter. You're a Harry Potter fan, and we're going to play a game of Kiss, Marry, Kill with 3 Potter characters. Okay.
Okay.
We have Hagrid, a hairy man. Snape, a smooth man, and Dobby, an elf.
Kill Dobby. I absolutely hate him. Dead to me. Always has been. Hated the second book. Hate the second movie. Hate Dobby. Hate him.
Wow. Okay.
I feel very strongly about Dobby.
So you will kill Dobby
I don't understand. At the end of Harry Potter, when like Harry's crying and like burying Dobby, I'm just like, what is this? Get him out. Should never have been here. Send him back to Lord of the Rings.
Okay.
Okay. Kiss or marry? I would marry Snape in a heartbeat.
Okay.
And then I guess I'll kiss Hagrid.
He's a deeply hairy man.
Yeah, it would be a good story.
Yes, he's a kind man.
Kind and very tall. Kind giant.
Yes, he's a tall man. And sorry, on the topic of Dobby, I know that you're a huge E.T. fan.
Yeah.
It looks a bit like Dobby.
No, it's not the same.
There's a sequence in E.T. where he goes to a glowing fridge, the dog barking. He scoops potato salad out of a tub with his tongue and washes it down with a Coors Light.
Yeah.
And his hands, I watched the scene, his hands are very, they're rather disgusting, I would say. I hope that doesn't insult.
Yeah.
But the question was like, if you were to go to a fridge a la E.T., what would be your midnight snack? And do you do this often?
I'm not a snacker. Not a snacker. But if I did, I like olives.
I love olives.
Some pitted Kalamata olives.
The buttery boys.
Yeah, they're brilliant.
Would you agree that the green olive is infinitely better than the black olive, purple olive?
No, I think that the black is.
Interesting.
You like the green more. It's not for me. It's not for me.
Okay. I suppose the darker olive is a more formidable taste, I think.
Yeah, it's just you can sink your teeth into it a little bit more. Yeah. It's a little bit more hydrated, if you know what I mean.
Yes, I get that. I get that. Okay, I understand. On the topic of aliens,
Yeah,
do you believe there is intelligent life out there?
probably. But I don't spend my time thinking about it.
Do you think they
You know,
pass
I'm
Earth?
not like, ooh, aliens, but I'm sure.
Do you think they pass Earth and then look at us and then fly by?
Yeah, they're like, nah, we're like the reject planet. They're like, nah, we'll leave it to
What is going on down there?
it.
What is going on down there? So if an alien landed on Earth, I know you're a girl band enthusiast as well. If an alien landed on Earth and said to you, "Hey, I hear there's great girl bands, mainly from the '90s, but what are your top three tracks that you would give to this alien being?"
For girl bands,
We'll go with girl bands.
I would do En Vogue. When you said girl band, En Vogue came to mind. Free Your
Okay.
Mind, probably.
Yes,
Then probably TLC, Waterfalls.
it's an absolute classic.
And then I'd probably throw in a Spice Girls, Two Become One.
Very good. And I was going to say a future guest on the show, Circa Richardson, who I believe is in the audience, a good friend of yours.
Is she?
She may what? Oh,
Is
she's
she
in the audience. I believe she is. She's a big fan. But at one stage, you were in a group with her.
Yeah.
Can you tell us about this group?
Yeah, we were called 10 past 2 because that was the time that we got out of school, DSP, with our friend Adam Purcell, also from DSP. We also were called Babushka for a while because my mom had some babushkas in the room where the drums were, and we weren't obviously feeling very creative, so we just went with Babushka. And yeah, we wrote probably 3 songs. One was a song about a young girl who got sick and died. A sad song. That was our ballad.
As Bertolt Brecht said there, will there be songs about the sad times? No, sorry. Will there be songs during the sad times? Yes, they'll be about the sad times. Or something along those lines. I'm paraphrasing. But you know, you gotta yin and yang. You gotta have the grim stuff and the happy. And what were the other songs called?
Can't remember the other one, but I'm pretty sure there was another one. And then our big hit was She Only Wants You For Your Money. And I know you've heard it, Charlie. I know you've heard it.
I've seen it live, I think.
You got the live performance at my birthday
party. I was wondering, perhaps, would you share a few bars with the audience here?
Yeah. She only wants you for your money. She doesn't want to call you honey. She says she thinks you're really cool, but she just wants you for your swimming pool. She's using you. She's using you. She's making you think that she wants you too, but you're wrong. Dun, 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 dun. You're wrong. Dun, 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 dun.
Punky.
We're kind of like the female Beastie Boys.
Yeah, and it seems like you went out with that we want to take over the world attitude.
Yeah. It was a really big hit in Japan.
Ah, Japan. I've been there. I've been to Tokyo.
Yeah,
they would love it there. You should tour.
I've never been.
I can recommend a wonderful sauna, a brilliant place to get ramen, and also a lovely park to go for a stroll.
Really?
Oh. You'll have to go. Now, back to kind of the idea of to think philosophically about film sets.
Oh, Circa wrote in. She gave lightning emojis.
Let's make it happen, Circa.
I hope I didn't
Tokyo.
embarrass her actual music career.
Yes. Yeah, by the way, Circa is an incredibly amazing artist. Circa Richardson, look her up on Spotify. Anyway, I wanted to ask a question about Luna, your cat.
Oh, yeah. Should I get her in?
Get her in.
Okay.
I
don't know where she is.
I will hold down the fort. I'll ask a question to the audience if necessary.
Okay. Oh, that light just went on. Look, she was waiting. Can you see her?
This is Luna.
Can you see her? I don't know if I'm doing.
I did see Luna there. Yeah. Oh, what a curly tail she has. Luna meaning moon, of course.
Oh no.
Luna is a show cat, a showbiz cat. Is this true?
Yeah,
So you met her on set.
I did. They had to have a little black kitten in a scene in Tesla, and this like animal wrangler company came, and she was 12 weeks old. They had just found her. Like, it was really hard to find like her breed or something, a little black cat. So they found her, and I was like, oh, I kind of want to bond with her first, like before we have to do the scene, so she's not like freaked out by me and blah 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 blah. And she was just so tiny and so cute, and she just face planted into my lap when I held her, and she was just
nice.
Like, "You're mine."
That's lovely. And sorry, with the idea of a showbiz animal, showbiz cat, do you think animals are aware when they're in a film?
Absolutely, she was.
Does she change her gait when the
No
camera's on?
joke. No joke. We had to have her in the last scene of the movie, and it was a scene I can't really remember. Like me and Ethan, and I'm talking to the camera or something, and then she hated it. She hated being there. It was like a hot studio in Brooklyn, and she was like, me, you know, like getting all annoyed. But the minute that they called action, she would just sit on the table perfectly, like that.
Whoa, what a star.
It was so weird. And then they would call cut. She'd be like, I don't want to be here. She's a diva.
Yeah, that's like I've always wondered that would and then if you were to bring her, wait, I'll try talk to her. Meow.
See, she knows. She wants to get in. She was waiting outside the door.
She's a star. She knows exactly what's going on. Hello, Luna. Nice eyes you have. Her eyes match your shades.
I know. We're twins. We're perfect.
Rare. No, sorry. Anyway, fantastic stuff. The next question is a classic. I've asked it to Dunks. I've asked it to Andrew Porter, and I've come back with some pretty interesting answers. It's a would you rather question. I
love would you rather.
It's a Hot by the Fireside fan favorite.
Okay.
Would you rather everything you eat when it passes your lips is tepid baked beans, or everything you drink is tepid gravy?
So I could technically eat baked beans all day, but I could still drink water and book fast.
Especially book fast.
But if I drank gravy all day, I could still eat
anything.
Pizza.
Yes.
I would go with the tepid baked beans because I had tepid baked beans today for breakfast. And they were
Did you?
I would like to be drinking and eating tepid baked beans.
I think that's a perfect answer. We'll store that in the archive. What's funny here, I don't know if people are in the audience, so I don't know if we have any Dutch watchers, but I'm in Amsterdam.
Oh.
And here in the Netherlands, they put beans in glass jars, not tins.
Interesting.
And
that sounds better. I'd say the taste is better.
I think it might be fresher, perhaps.
Yeah.
But yeah. We're going to add that to the list. We'll have to compare it to Andrew Porter and Dunks' answer.
What were their answers?
I believe a man of Porter's stature, he prefers his food. not to throw shade at him. He prefers food, so he chose that. And Dunks, now, it was a while back, but I believe he chose gravy. He loves gravy.
Yeah, gravy. I make really good gravy. I learned how to make gravy.
Could you give a recipe to the fans out there? We've got fans from Turkey, from Finland, all coming in.
I make gluten-free gravy.
Ooh, very modern.
But yeah, you have to I do 8 chicken wings in a pan, chop up 2 carrots, 2 celery sticks, 5 bay leaves, 3 rosemary sprigs, a nice glug of olive oil, put it in the oven for about an hour. Then you boil the kettle, take it out, and then I don't know, you sort of crunch it all up until it's nice and like crispy, and then you put the hot water in while you're still cooking it, and then you pour in some red wine, and it starts to become like a nice, like sort of bubbly gravy mix. Oh, I missed a most important step. You put the gluten-free flour on top of the chicken wings, and you mix it all in before you put the water in.
Gives that kind of gloopiness that you look for.
Yeah, the thickness. Gravy. You need the thickness.
Fantastic. Well, the fans here are going to leave with an incredibly intricate and delicious gravy recipe. Thank you very much, Eve. Now we're coming towards our final question.
Okay.
And I looked up things that have happened on May 2nd today in the past. And in 2012, on this day, Edward Monk's The Scream sold for $120 million. And in your role as Adele in Behind Her Eyes, you had to scream a lot. And did you find, like John Lennon and Yoko Ono, there is a therapeutic advantage to kind of the primal scream?
Yes.
And did you baseball bat to get into character?
Hang on, it sort of skipped out there. I just missed the last like 3 seconds.
I saw a video of you hitting a pillow with a baseball bat to get into character. And was it enjoyable screaming your head off?
Yeah, it was. Weirdly, it wasn't written in that I would scream, but I kind of like screaming. And I think the director, Eric, could tell that I needed to scream. We were shooting in London in the summertime, and it was very hot in the house that we were in. There was hot by the fireside. This was hot by, I don't know.
The pavement.
And there was like so many people in the room, and I was just so hot and so tired. And there was one time where they were setting up a shot, and I was just lying on the bed. And Eric was like, yeah, can you just put the camera on her? He was like, Eve, just turn to the camera and scream. And I was like, he just knew I needed to get it out. I was just hot and frustrated. And that actually ended up like going into the trailer. I was like, oh, that was that moment. That's so funny. But yeah, there was a lot of times where we would make fun of him, and he would go, and now you can scream. Like he would say it in such a gentle way, and then I would just be like,
scream, please.
Yeah.
I used to go to a fun fair in Dingle in Kerry, and on the teacups, when they spun around, the kind of the DJ behind the booth would put his lips very close to the microphone and go, scream if you want to go faster. And I remember being on it with my mom, and she was genuinely terrified for her life. And he put it to a faster setting, which my mom wasn't too happy about. But so that brings our conversation to a close. Aww. And I just wanted to, or is there anything you'd like to throw back at the chat show host?
When was the last time you let out a therapeutic scream?
I've actually wondered about doing this for a while, but when you go down the park and do it, would they not call the police? I feel like you need to get into a rather private place.
Just say that you're doing it because you're preparing for a role.
I think perhaps
Luna's screaming right now.
A little meow. Perhaps to bring this interview to a close, we could both scream. I've got neighbors. Do you think
that our loyal fans are prepared for that?
Well, we're going to do an indoor scream, and everyone in the comments is also going to scream.
What if we do a silent scream?
Just our faces.
Just like.
Okay, we're going to do everyone in the audience join us in a silent scream to bring this interview to a close. It's been hot, 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 hot by the fireside with Eve Hewson. Scream if you want to go faster. We'll do it in 3, 2, 1. And with that, we extinguish our flame this evening, and we bless the cows as they run out to the field. Eve, thank you so much for coming on. This has been an incredibly
honored. Thank you for having me.
It's been full of incredible information, and I just think we've discussed things from milking cows to throwing lances at invading armies to screaming like John Lennon and black cats on film sets. You can't get better than that, ladies and gentlemen.
No.
And we've had loads of people all over the world. This has been incredible. Uruguay, Brazil, Finland, Serbia, I saw, Ireland, Cork, the best. So I want to say thanks for all coming along, and see you next time, where I'm pretty sure it's going to be hot. Bye-bye now.